Carlos Technologies' check with Williams on the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalonia has dispatched marvel waves through the F1 Global. His rapid version and overall performance within the Williams camp have bowled over. Now not handiest fans, however. Furthermore, his new teammate Alex Albon have to this be the start of a power shift within the crew in advance. Then we dive deep into the information. Take a second to hit that like button and roll in the channel, and live with us till the forestall. You might not need to miss how this dynamic may additionally need to define every drive futures allows set the scene technology. A verified four-time Grand Prix winner is stepping into Williams after his surprising and sudden exit from Ferrari. His first test with Williams wasn't pretty much feeling out. The auto it was the announcement. Reviews advise that technological understanding became right away at home, behind the wheel, handing over top-notch feedback that has already extended. Williams. Development for the FW47. But here's wherein matters get certainly thrilling. His take a look at outcomes and leadership have created a very unique undertaking for Albon, who now famous himself in sudden territory, because turning into a member of Formula One, Alex Albon has hardly ever had a teammate in the path of whom he need to fairly be measured brilliant. There has been Daniel Kvyat all through his Toro Rosso days, but then came Max Verstappen at Red Bull, arguably the most dominant driving force of his technology. That assessment modified into brutal, and it did not quit well for Albon, who misplaced his seat after 18 tough months. His flow into Williams furnished a glowing, sparkling start, but neither Nicholas Latifi nor Logan Sargent posed any actual assignment to him. Albon outcomes dominated each, mainly in qualifying, in which he outperformed Latifi 19-2 in 2022 and beaten Sargent 35-0 in consultant periods. It have grown to be smooth that Albon changed into leagues earlier of his teammates. However, that dominance came with a disadvantage. It blurred the authentic image of his skills turn out to be Albon acting at a top midfield degree, or end up he simply shining, due to prone competition. Now with Carlos, generation along him, Albon in the end has a real benchmark. Someone who has competed at the sharp end of the grid and held his very private toward elite drivers like Charles Lear. Technology's recognition is solid. He is now not truly and terrific. Motive pressure. However, a pinnacle-tier competitor with race wins beneath his belt. His performances at Ferrari even raised questions about whether or not the Scuderia made the right call. In replacing him with Lewis Hamilton for Albon, this situation is a double-edged sword. On one hand, going head-to-head with technological knowledge gives him the possibility to show his properly really worth towards a stated quantity. If he can in shape or push technology, it could re-establish him as a severe contender for a seat further up the F1 grid. But if he struggles to stay competitive, it is able to stall or maybe give up his hopes of ever returning to a pinnacle team in a few unspecified time within the destiny of the Barcelona test. Technological understanding's well-known overall performance grow to be end up defined as insanely extremely good, via way of the usage of insiders. He stated large enhancements in vehicle balance, and balance especially in high-velocity corners where Williams has historically struggled. His remarks has already encouraged the improvement route of the FW47, pushing the team to refine aerodynamics and traction manage this degree of input, failed to just provoke the engineers. It moreover raised the bar for Albon. All of a sudden, Albon is not the clean leader in the organization. Technological expertise's arrival has created an excessive internal competition that, in line with Group Main, James vows is already using each drivers to new heights. Verse commented that is exactly what the organization dreams, drivers pushing each exceptional to the limit. But permits be actual. Albon does not need to outright defeat ERA to strong his area at Williams. What's important is that he remains aggressive and demonstrates that he can adapt and decorate under pressure. If he can keep his very personal in competition, it'll aid his case for destiny opportunities in F1. But if he falters, the one's doorways may close for good. The early signs and symptoms of teamwork among technological information and Albon have been top-notch. Every drivers have spent hours in technique training with engineers, sharing feedback and running on overall performance improvements. This collaboration can be the key to Williams' success in 2025, as each drivers will want to push each special to extract each millisecond of usual overall performance from the FW47. But F1 is as masses about internal politics as it is about on-track performance. If Sainz begins outperforming Albon, constantly the energy dynamics within the team might also need to shift. Williams has invested intently in Albon over the previous few seasons, but they will now not hesitate to lean more on technological know-how if he proves to be the more potent contender for technological expertise. 2025 is a hazard to rebuild. After a difficult go-out from Ferrari, he's precipitated Ang Rai and prepared to guide Williams out of the midfield war for Albon. It's far a make-or-damage season that would define the rest of his F1 career if he rises to the challenge he need to function himself as a future candidate for a top institution. If not, he dangers being consigned to the midfield. Absolutely as preseason, trying out in Bahrain strategies, all eyes will beyond this driver pairing can signs and symptoms and Albon work together to push Williams forward, or will their proper rivalry create tensions that might limit the group's improvement? So what is your soak up this fascinating state of affairs at Williams, Carlos Technological Informations? Arrival can be the shakeup the team has had to make a leap forward. His examined revel in mixed collectively together, along with his technical expertise, offers Williams a cutting-edge diploma of depth in strategy and car development, but this additionally manner Albon faces in all likelihood the maximum important check of his profession. The dynamic between the one's drivers goes to be a tale to look at cautiously, as their collaboration or opposition may additionally need to define the group's trajectory in 2025. This isn't always simplest, a challenge for Albon to maintain his popularity interior. Williams, it's far a struggle for his recognition for the duration of the F1 grid. If he can push technological knowledge and supply constant results, he may also, moreover, ultimately display. He is capable of competing with pinnacle tier drivers, a few element that would entice hobby from exceptional corporations. At the turn thing, if generation surely outperforms him, it is able to extensively harm his possibilities of ever returning to a pinnacle group. Williams has invested recall in Albon, but that except as proper with is not countless. The stress to perform is extra than ever, and each driver's apprehend it. For Williams as an entire, this pairing has the capacity to notably affect their competitiveness within the midfield. Battle agencies like McLaren, Alpine, and Aston Martin have raised the stakes in cutting-edge seasons, and if Williams hopes to capture up technological understanding, and Albon will need to artwork seamlessly as a unit, meaning sharing facts, refining setups, and pushing the development of the FW47 at every race. However, will they be able to maintain that stability at the same time as man or woman ambitions necessarily come into play? The early evaluations from Barcelona shows that technological knowledge's comments has already helped Williams iron out essential weaknesses, but preseason checking out in Bahrain will show screen the right photo with exceptional weeks to move in advance. Then the lights go out for the primary race of the season. Williams need to ensure they're prepared for the toughest, stressful situations in advance, whilst their advanced automobile might also convey them toward everyday factors finishes. How nicely their motive force lineup handles the stress may additionally need to make all of the difference in achieving or missing their desires. At this point, it's far regular to say that Williams's journey in 2025 is complete of each promise, and uncertainty the portions are in region, but fulfillment in Formula One calls for each potential, and close to nice execution. The signs and symptoms Albon partnership will face. Sevra exams this season, and lovers spherical. The area are eager to peer how this story unfolds. So what do you discovered will arise? Must this be the begin of a Williams resurgence, pushed via this powerful new pairing, or will the inner competition between technological know-how and Albon create more disturbing situations than opportunities? Drop your predictions inside the feedback. We might need to concentrate your attitude on how those drivers can shape Williams's destiny in case you loved this unique test. Out the Sainz Albon competition and the destiny of Williams. Don't forget to hit that like button to help the channel subscribe for greater in-depth F1 insurance and activate notifications so that you in no way miss and replace. We're going to maintain you published on each improvement from preseason, finding out and beyond. Thank you a lot for becoming a member human beings these days. And as normally we are going to see you rapid in the subsequent video. Stay rapid, stay passionate and experience the approaching F1 season and